And what prompted that question was that I like to talk about how I wanted to move to Kenya. And I was used to not being able to do it. Like, oh, I don't know how it's going to happen, but you know, one day I'll move to Kenya. And that one single question moved me quickly into repurposing, rebranding, and repositioning myself very soon. So what do you mean repurposing? Well, I was already a coach, right? I was already doing some coaching. So I needed to kind of begin to shift that. So that wasn't going to be repurposed, except in geographically, I would need to change my rebranding. Now I'm going international, right? Because I wasn't going to drop the clients I had in the United States, and I was going to start picking up clients here in Kenya. And then the repositioning, this was the biggest thing. Because what I did was, when I wanted to move to Kenya, and you can ask me that, that's over another conversation, for 3 years I had wanted to move to Kenya. But I said now I knew I needed to shift myself in order to come here. So even in that reposition, I acknowledged that there was a change there, because now I actually could move to Kenya. Before I couldn't. I assessed my situation. What did I have to lose? And then I acted. So from August 2nd of last year to August 22nd, 21st, I gave away, sold, got rid of everything I owned except what I could fit into 3 suitcases and a crate. And I took action, because in the face of some changes that were going on around me and within me internally, it was time for me to reposition myself 7,000 miles away from what I knew of home. So the thing I want to say is this: the change that all of us have faced really has been in the pandemic. And I know that for me, the pandemic helped make this decision. It really helped me to make it much easier. It really shifted me into this process very quickly. It may not always be quick for you in terms of how you shift into that. And in fact, sometimes when you get ready to shift, you may feel that fear when it comes to that repositioning. You may say, you know, I don't know if I'm ready to do this. You know, I know my business has to change, or I know I need to shift my rebrand of my consultancy, but recognize when you're coming up against resistance in the face of change. That's all you have to do. Number one is to recognize that when that tips in, whether it's the lack of confidence, whether it's the fear, whether it's you even feel like you don't have the skills, recognize when resistance causes you not to adapt in the face of change. Do you think that I wasn't fearful for moving from my entire family to a place that I didn't have a single relative? Yes. But did I know that this was something that I wanted? Yes. Did I feel the fear? Someone type in "feel the fear" and do it anyway? Yes. Resistance will come, but what will you do? Will you still adapt in the face of change? Let me just tell you this brief story. We're actually coming up on the conclusion here. There was an old man who lived in a village. He wasn't just an old man, he was a sage. He was the sage in the village, and all the villagers would come to him and ask him questions about life. So one day the old man was sitting in his rocking chair, and he noticed that there was a young warrior approaching him. And the young warrior came to him and he said, "I heard that you have all the answers." And the sage said, "Okay." And so the warrior said, "I have a question." He said, "You know, I really want to know about I want to know how to get success and happiness, like the secret to success, the secret to happiness. The sage nodded his head, didn't say anything, and he took the warrior by his hand, and he walked with him through the woods, down the countryside, to a lake. They got to the lake. Sage says nothing, continues to hold on to the young warrior, and walks him into the lake. The warrior notices that the water comes to his knees. The water continues because the sage is still walking, not saying a word, to his hips. The water keeps rising until both the sage and the warrior are fully submerged. At that moment, the sage turns around and he walks the warrior back to his porch and still has yet to say one word. And so the warrior's like, no, the sage finally says, yes, He's like, what did you want? He asked the warrior, what did you want when you were submerged in the water? And the warrior looked at him and said, you old fool, I wanted to breathe. And the sage responded to the warrior like this: when you want happiness and success as badly as you wanted to breathe, you have found the secret to happiness and success. Change is going to come. Change in our businesses is inevitable. However, when you see that changing is as necessary and adapting to the change is as necessary as it is for you to breathe, I can nearly guarantee you, you will have success in your business. What do you do? How do you adapt in the face of change? These are the 3 R's that we've taken our time to go over. And as I begin to really conclude this, I'm going to pause for a minute and ask you right now, which part of adapting to change would you say that you are? I'm going to ask you to go ahead and be bold right now and type in which R do you feel that you're at right now. I'll pause for a minute before I go to the next slide. Which of these R's are you at in your business, and you're adapting to the change for your business? I see you thinking about it. Are you at the repurposing stage, the rebranding stage, or the repositioning stage? And as you begin to type that in, I hope everyone can still hear me. I think you can. As we move to the next slide, here are your next steps. Don't forget, folks, I'd love to. Where you are in this. So let's go here. So what are your next steps? Review your notes. Evaluate which R you are. Right now, I've asked you to even do it just now. Evaluate which R you are at this stage. And then begin to develop your plan of action. And then finally, get the support you need. Coach Paps has, oh, okay, I see some of you are putting it in. Many of you are at the repurpose stage.
Many of you are at the repurpose stage. That is awesome. Acknowledging where you are, let the answers continue to come in. Which are you? Coach Paps is a phenomenal life coach, and obviously one who is very equipped to support you in these this adaptation or adapting that you have to make in your business or consultancy. I too am a life coach. I believe Coach Paps offers the same thing as well, where I know I offer just 30 minutes for complimentary coaching session to help you get the support you need. Sometimes we need a little extra support, and it's not because we're doing badly, but you get to your goals faster when you have support. Also, I see, oh my goodness, so many people are at the repurposing stage. Wow, Coach Paps, that's something interesting to note. So many people at the repurposing stage. And finally, even if you say, oh, maybe I won't make that appointment to meet with Coach Vuyanzi for 30 minutes. Okay, sawa. Stay connected with me on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. These are my handles. For those of you who are interested in the complimentary session, sorry, I did not post my link. I'll post my scheduling link. All you need to do is click on it, and then you can schedule 30 minutes at your convenience. But make sure that you follow me on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, across areas there. And I am going to stop the sharing. And I say thank you so much to Coach Paps for allowing me here to come and speak to you. One of my growing esteemed colleagues, Coach Paps, and I'm excited for the work that we'll continue to do together. So thank you so much. And thank you to women in business as well. And thank you to those of you who participated. I see so many people, Coach Paps. If you look at the chat, many of them are saying they're in the repurpose stage. I think that's so interesting. And maybe it should drive us in terms of what we can do next. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vuyanzi. And I can't wait. Like I mentioned, we are putting together a retreat, which was Coach Vuyanzi. If in case you did not sign up and we don't have your email address, please give us an opportunity to also come to you. You know, you may not be able to come to us. Maybe you'll not be able to pick these links. You're still in that place of decision. Just allow us into your space by sharing your email address. You can even post it here on the chat, and then we will definitely reach out. Just tell you what we are doing. Pop in. We'll have many free events, paid events where we have value. Like in July, we are planning to have an in-person retreat. You know, we just come and hang out, good food, good vibes, and of course, good moments that will just push us forward. Yeah, so please leave your email address here in case you didn't sign up online, or you can still go back and sign up in case you still had the link, and then you just thought, I'll wait for the link to come along. Yeah, we'll want to keep in touch. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please keep on sharing the email addresses. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, in case we don't have email address, and I'm so sorry, let me just repeat, the ones who shared the first night, and we promised we will share the meeting link, right? Like right now, we are still broadcasting this live, and you may want to probably just ruminate over this. So we will definitely make sure that we send these 3 days, the links out to you. And then you can just catch up on what you missed out on. One of the things about myself, sometimes when I'm intensely into something, I don't hear everything. You know, like probably when Vuyanzi is talking and I'm just stuck, first of all, on repurposing, and I'm feeling my stuckness, I'm remembering my stories. And of course, it's still going on. So that is the important thing, that we record, and then you come and listen to it slowly. And you will always hear something that you didn't hear. I don't know whether you're like me, but whenever I listen to something the second time, I always hear something new. It's the same when you watch a movie. Every time you watch it, there's something you had missed out on. And we are very happy to connect with you. We are very happy to share probably even the resources we have. Yeah, and I'll definitely be giving us some info about that before we close. I don't know whether Shiko is ready. We want to hear about Women in Business. That is another platform that we are encouraging you to plug in. It is courtesy of Women in Business that we keep on putting together these forums. Every month, we shall be here, most probably on the 3rd week of every month, we shall be having a conference online. We want women empowered. You just come here for free. no strings attached. We just want to add value to your life. And it's important for you to know beyond the value of this conversation, what are other value propositions that are out here that you can probably plug in and get support from. Shiko, you can give me a heads up if we are ready for the WIB brief. Yeah, and in case not, maybe you can just chat me and then we can keep going and then we can come back to it. Let me just confirm that Shiko is here. Shiko, are you?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Good evening, Shiko.
I don't want to put on a video because I'm surrounded by so many people here. The kids are here.
All right, no worries.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And thank you for this session every month. We are very happy. At least we are learning a lot. Myself, I'm learning a lot, especially I learned a lot from Gideon about the marketing our businesses, be consistent with their work. That is something I'm going to improve on. And repurposing my life, changing my business. I do run a side hustle of beddings, so I need to improve on that because it seems I have been very reluctant, but by going on the marketing and how to change my business, I'm in for it. When we come to women in business, we majorly focus on 5 pillars. That is market linkages.
No worries.
That is linkages whereby we are able to connect our members with the possible markets, maybe looking for the markets for them, for their businesses, connecting them with the best referrals. Also, we do networking. Can you hear me? We do networking. That is on business and also daily interactives. We do them via WhatsApp, we do them via email marketing. We also do mentorship, that is connecting people with their desires to be mentored, like the way we are doing today with Paps. We do it almost every week we have a program running for mentorship. We also do policy, that is championing the favorable policies for business and making them comfortable for business environment for both men and women. Not only women, because we have 30% of men in our network. And you can always reach us on, I'll put our number there on the chat box, that is 0751 900 for any information regarding anything. We'll be at your help. I think that's all for today.
Yeah, thank you, Shiko. That is very, very helpful. You have to just know what WIB is doing, and WIB is the reason we are here tonight. Yeah, and we really, really appreciate Shiko as well. Shiko has been marketing these events that we are putting together very aggressively. Let me just share so that you can also go and check out. What Shiko has shared with us is very, very important. And of course, it's just a drop in the ocean. I will encourage you probably if you want to know more about WIB and also to probably plug in, just go to their website. You can see it here. Yeah, I've thrown it on the screen. So these are some of the partnership programs that Shiko was mentioning, like in terms of the things they do. About us, like there are so many things, their profile, what they do, and of course their partnership programs. One of the things that is very impressive is that WIB has also partnered with Bitco, and I know that there are women who are farming, especially the women in Mashinani who have some land. They are farming and they get some seedlings and everything, and then Bitco buys their products for their production. Those are some of the very many cool things I've heard about WIB. Of course, there's this financial inclusion, investment, market linkages, what Shiko is saying, and of course, networking, policy, and advocacy, because together we become many voices to push for what we want to see, and mentorship and capacity building. Go and read all this, and then you'll still come here and contact us. And then if you want to become a member, you'll just come there, join WIB. You can book an appointment if you want to learn more and get more information. And of course, Shiko has shared her contact. If you call that number, you will get to her. And then Shiko will be able to guide you, like in terms of some of the things you can get directly. I remember meeting this lady who runs a media house, and she was saying she had been trying for 3 years to try and get the certificate. And I think there are so many documents you need, from different offices in Kenya for you to run an enterprise, especially the big scale ones, the ones that are millions and billions. And through WIB, like she was saying, when she joined, I think within the next month, she'd actually found those documents, because WIB has a lot of advocacy on also businesses that are owned by women to just make sure that they're accessing their rights as well. And of course, the voice of many women together is more powerful than my own voice alone. Yeah, so please link up, hook up, and make sure that you get all these benefits that are here. First of all, like even being in this forum, about such events that are happening in WIB. There's always a conference, like Shiko said. I'm not able to keep up with all the events, but I keep on seeing the flyers because I'm in that network. Yeah, so please link up, and then you can learn what's happening and just keep on plugging in and learning. You never know your moment of breakthrough, and you just hear one thing that will change your life. And I believe that this is one of the amazing things that are happening in your life in 2021. Awesome. So I want to invite Gideon up next. Gideon is going to come up and just take us through some content creation. Of course, Gideon had already made a disclaimer. Content creation is so wide, like in terms of the strategies, and you may need more time. I don't know, Gideon, how this will work.
Yes.
In terms of how CBI can also partner with women in business, or also other businesses that are here to just get this information going out, so that we can be empowered to create our own content and to tell our own stories in a creative way and still looking professional all the way. Gideon, please go ahead. Thank you so much for making time for this. Yeah, and we appreciate that you keep on joining in your phone, which makes our dreams valid, that one day we'll get there. We'll sit on that end with our phone only and everything, and without holding it and it's shaking.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gideon, and we really appreciate you. Please go ahead. We're looking forward to this.
Okay, thank you, Paps, again. Thank you. The first time that you gave me this avenue on Monday, I was a bit nervous. First thing I asked when I got home was like, how nervous was I? Even as a person who tells their own stories, it's still, when you're trying to, because I'm a very interpersonal person. Like when I talk to someone face to face, it's very different. Like you're doing it online. But thank you so much for the responses. I was very shocked to find some people saying actually you're actually enlightened.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Even one response right now. Yeah, even Shiko is saying that was very impressive for her as well. So thank you, Gideon. After you are doing it and you are feeling it. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Thank you. We've had this talk of how we can be able to teach entrepreneurs, ladies, everyone, how to make videos for your businesses, for your profession, for whatever it is that you're doing. And I liken creating videos like driving. Just the same way steps you take in driving. You go to the first school and it's hard, but the second, the third, fourth, fifth time, it becomes much easier, right? So there's no shortcut with creating videos on phone. And one of our challenges, of course, is doing it online, especially when there's because it's very technical. But this is what we've agreed with Paps, that we've given another platform and another time, because we need quite a bit of time to be able to teach our people how to create videos online. We need material before you come and start. So we'll have that session a while later, we can probably organize that on a later day. A physical meet would be okay, but also an online, it's a bit challenging, but it's also doable, and we can see on how to go about it. But for today, I'll make it very brief as well, but at least I'll give you a few pointers.
In 1 minute, just allow me to just throw this call for the ladies. If you are here probably and this is something you're interested in, I just want you to just say, I don't know, the ones who have already left their emails, it's fine. But in case you haven't, please direct message me. Just go to the chat and then you DM me directly your number so that I can just let you know. Probably this event will be happening in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so if you would want to participate in this and you would want more details, and then you can indicate you prefer in person or you prefer online. The people who want to learn content creation, and probably you want to learn it a bit deeper and probably to learn in a practical way, like you want to learn
Yes.
this skill ASAP.
Yes.
Yeah, so please DM me directly your number, and then I'll definitely reach out to you, and then we can probably work towards something in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so go ahead, Gideon.
Yes. So for today, I just want one of the things that really fascinates me is when I meet clients, and I've met so many of them, influencers, people are starting to do content for the first time. You name them. I can name drop if I want to. And one of the things I usually ask, Gideon, what types of videos will I start doing? You know, like I'm a professional, me, I'm a psychologist. Sasa, where will I start with the videos? What types of videos? The first thing I always tell them, video, if you do videos and send them to your WhatsApp, to your family, you take pictures, you're already a content creator. If you can press record on your phone, you actually have the basics of shooting a video. Imagine, guys, it's not that complicated. So, guys are usually, so let's say I'll go with a psychologist. I'm a psychologist, I'm a professional, and I'm wondering what sort of videos will I do so that I can start putting my content out? What kind of videos? And the first thing that I usually tell people, the first video that you'll do is about yourself. You can write it down if you're somewhere writing anywhere else. You can write number one video is culture video or about us, about me video. And I usually liken this to dating. I mean, if you're going and dating, okay, for those who have already married and stuff, you can imagine it before. If you're going on to date someone and you're meeting someone for the first time, what do you usually do? You introduce yourself. I am Gideon. I am, I'm a whatever. I do this and this is my likes. Those are some of videos you're talking about your business. I'm not asking you to tell us about your personal life. I just give you an example. So if you're a psychologist, you can tell my name is Paps. I do this and this. You can even tell people this is my first video. I'm shooting my first video. I'm nervous. I don't know how to do this. People like authenticity. So those are the about us videos. So I've already given you something that you can think about, and you can shoot that video and put your name. If we show you how to edit, and you can also type your name out there. You can do those are short, so the sort of videos people are looking for. People are not looking for the most complicated things. Videos, people are looking for authenticity. Then secondly, interviews. So our interview is this sort of video where you can ask Coach Paps, can I come and interview? And then you can talk about this and that. Why? I love interviews because interviews actually bring in another perspective to your potential clients, to your potential clients that they are not aware of, or another perspective. So what that does in marketing, it makes you look like an authority figure. Have I lost someone there, Paps? I need to see some nodding. Have I lost you there? So I'm just showing you guys the types of videos that people actually really are looking forward to. So because some of you are thinking of getting a team, a camera person, and I'm telling you the sort of video people are looking for, that they are not that complicated. You can actually shoot it by yourself, right? So interviews are very good because you get to hear another person's perspective, but it also makes you look like an expert. And a very good example is the example of Coach Paps and Gideon, right? When people talk about a certain content that is in your profession, you end up looking like a professional, like them. Wewe ndio mwenyewe, wewe ndio kusema. So it's content that people can consume. It's content that people think it's valuable. So that sort of content is what also people are looking for. The other things like tutorials. Can you take time and show us how your product actually are working? What is good about them? How different are they about from other programs? Those are called tutorials. So you can do a number of tutorials for your clients and explaining them how different or how unique your product is. There's other sort of videos that I really, really like, behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is the sort of videos where you can even just take your phone and go to your office and just start shooting people and doing stuff. Yeah? Hi, you can just say, hi, Stacy, what are you doing? So what do you do in our office? You'd be surprised, as human beings, we are geared to be a bit gossipy and stuff. So people want to see where you live, want to see what your house looks like. But you handle. It's okay. So behind the scenes is how your place works, or how your professional. If it's at home, show people. Yes, I'm at home. I usually shoot here. Na huku kwingine sijafanya. People like such kind of content. So what are that? So I've already given you 4, by the way, guys, if you are noting. Culture videos, I'm talking about interviews, tutorials, product videos of the product, which is more the same of what tutorials is, but slightly different. You can do vlogs. You can tell people this is from work to place. This is where I go. So you can show people you're coming from your home to where you work, if you're working outside, or you can show people to a conference. Or I usually hear professionals tell me what type of concert I am. I'm like, do you attend seminars? Yes. People want to hear about those seminars. Yes. If you go to the seminar, can you meet a few colleagues of yours? You can just take a few videos. Yes. Can you take a few pictures? Yes. What am I trying to tell you? All those things that you're recording, the pictures, the videos, they're about me, they're about my clients, about my friends. These are the sort of content people are looking for to associate with their business. People are feeling, tend to have, if I can attach a feeling behind your brand, I tend to be more attached to it. Because why? Because you introduced to me, you told me who you are, you showed me your place of work, you showed me some of your testimonials. Actually, that's another sort of video. You showed me testimonials of your clients, talking about your product. People, creating content for your profession is not that difficult. Some other times you can actually go on a rant and talk about something that is in your niche. Remember, people, when people say, I don't want people to see me, to see my private side. We are not asking you to go and shoot yourself in the beach. We're just asking you to show us the social side of your workings, because that is what, as human, we'll be able to attach to. I want to come in somewhere and say, Vuyanzi, I saw her she was creating videos in her home, and I could hear the kids talking. People want that sort of authenticity. So that's some of the videos that we actually, as CDA as a company, usually shoot. And there are a number of other videos. They don't have to be this. For me, I'm just giving you a few tips or ideas of what sort of content you can be able to shoot with your phone. And let me tell you something that is very important. And as we had talked, I think when I first, and I said, whenever you're watching YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, please, professionals, please, entrepreneurs, please, moms who are working from home, I need you to pay attention to what you're watching. When you're watching your favorite influencer, as I told you, I need you people to stop being consuming and becoming producers. Even you can consume becoming a producer. How do I do this? So one of my favorite influencers, I actually go and see how many times they have posted in a day. Is it a picture? Is it a video? Is it a tutorial? Like, I like to go and see, and bear with me, please. You can go and type types of videos, and you can probably see some of your favorite content creators usually just go around here. They're usually shooting videos about themselves, interviews, they're doing product, recommendations, they're doing testimonials. So I need you to ask yourself, if I'm watching the blah, 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 doing content, what is the angle? What is the angle that is trying to sell me so that I can purchase a certain product? Because some of those techniques, small ones, and when you start paying attention, you start seeing them. Like the way she'll show you a packet when she's seated somewhere, product placement, right? Or how she'll talk about how she went to a vacation. She's actually selling. She's being paid to sell for you that vacation. So the thing that you need to do is ask myself, if I was selling this product, what sort of a video would I do so that people can be enticed? You know what I mean? If you watch some of your favorite advertisements, for me, Nike and Red Bull, you do not know when they're advertising or when they're selling or when they're telling stories, because those things are so interwoven, you cannot even tell the truth. When you see a Nike product, they'll seldom mention a shoe, but they'll always show someone either running, a mother running, a mother doing. So for you, I'm not asking you to go and get a team and a marketing, whatever. No, I'm just telling you, some of those videos are just feeling, they just make you, there's a feeling they're attached to it so that they can connect to you. And so I'm telling you the best way to sell your product is actually to tell your story. Why did you start doing this profession? Why are you a psychologist? What made you to be a psychologist? What are the challenges? If you're selling cakes, what's the story behind you baking? You know what I mean? It's not that complicated. So people want to attach. So like, yeah, she was talking about how she started the bakery, the troubles, she didn't have capital. That's marketing. That's putting a story and infusing it with your product until someone becomes attached to you. That's actually marketing. It's a hack. It's very true for some people. It may be a bit unethical. It is what it is. Finally, I've talked about types of videos. I would like to talk about algorithms, something that's not talked about, and something for me that was a breakthrough when I learned on how to actually see it this way. The way people say content is king and all those things, which is actually very true. But I'll tell you that this is the one thing that you need to really remember. Algorithm. You'll hear people also saying feed the beast. So what is algorithm? Algorithm is a platform of which some of those social media like Instagram or this one or Google are actually made. I actually want to, this might become a bit controversial, but actually I want you to go and learn how they actually operate so that you can be able to know what is the best way for me to be able to put my product or my service in front of eyes. So this is how it works. So an algorithm does not see a face, does not feel, does not do all those things. What it understands is 0 + 0 + 1 + 1. That is a technical language I'm also not very interested in. But what is what I can tell you. If you start doing your content consistently, the algorithm will start putting you in a niche. And the best thing that can actually happen for you as a professional, as a business, is for the algorithm to be able to put you in a niche. So this is how it works. The niche you're in, the algorithm tries to put you together with other people who have the same interests as you have. So when you start putting content consistently and for long, the algorithm is trying to figure out, this madam does baking and how many other people like baking. So it will start pushing you to other people who like baking. That's your potential client. However, before it starts doing that, it needs you to put in work consistently. So until the algorithm figures it out, this is a bakery. So I need to put my bakery in front of people who like baking. Remember, the algorithm is dealing with billions and billions and millions of people. So of course, it's gonna take time to figure out if this madam is doing baking and there are other people who have the same interest of baking. I need to start connecting them together. And that's how you get followership. So imagine if you're doing that and then you start posting content every day. Algorithm inaanza kusahau because it doesn't remember. Because why? There are so many other people are producing content. So if you don't take anything else from this, remember, you need to feed the beast. For those who are the beast is a bit too strong, you need to feed the algorithm every day, so that the algorithm can figure out what type of content you're actually doing and who can it try to pair up with you. And that's how algorithm works. So that's why you need to post videos, you need to post pictures, not just so that people can figure you out, but also the algorithm itself can figure you out. Of course, there are things which come with you need to have your profile. I think you have had this in other digital ways. Your profile, your tags. You need to have tools like Canva, which Paps was talking about. Those are things you learn along the way. And the only way to perfection is for you to create many videos. I've had people say, I think perhaps I've overstayed my talk. I've had people say, Gideon, how can I get to 10,000, 10K, 20K? I'm like, my brother, have you done at least 100 videos? So I've had people say, Okay. So I've had people asking me, I want to do quality video as I'm starting off. I'm like, my brother, you're talking about of quality where you've never posted even a single video and you have the audacity to talk about quality. Quality in content creation comes as a consequence of quantity. If you put out 100 videos, I can tell you by the 100 videos, your quality will be much better. So for those of you who are staying at home because you're looking for the perfect lighting, you're looking for the best equipments, you're looking for the perfect team, no one cares. Imagine, shoot your first, second, third, fourth video, no one cares. But if you shoot it consecutively for 50 videos or 100 videos, someone will start noticing. The algorithm, even along your potential clients, algorithm will be like, hey, this guy, man, is doing stuff. Of course, the other factors, the quality of your video, what you're talking, value, all those sort of things. But for me, if you want your clients to reach out to your potential clients, I had Rose Tongondo say 99% of our content comes from, or from 99% of our income comes from Facebook and stuff. So you need to go to our Instagram page. Actually, that's the first thing I did. I went to her Instagram page. She has over 50K followers on Instagram. Go and see how many videos she shoots per day. She posts at least 5 videos. And you're talking about, and when you're starting off, you're talking about how can I do a quality video? No, start shooting the videos in whichever manner they are in. Vertical, whichever. Come here for classes. If you want to, we'll teach you how to do them better. That's okay. But either way, start shooting videos and pictures consistently and posting it. Quality will come in time. And let me end there. I feel like I'm preaching, but let me end it. Paps. I think that's it for me. But today I'll not push it any longer. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gideon. Do you guys have any questions for Gideon, Coach Vuyanzi? They are here to also respond and just nail it. Sometimes you come to a meeting and you feel like they've not touched where I wanted, and probably you're feeling like we still have time. Yes, feel free to throw in any chat. You can also ask live. Yeah, you can just unmute yourself and ask your question. Whatever you want to know, they are here, and we are here to serve you. We want to make this evening count.
Okay.
Just make good use of it. Yeah, maybe one of the things that I can ask Gideon. So probably when you're doing this content and you do scripting, you need to do one script shoot. Do you need to probably think of a whole story and break it down? Is it possible to just tell your story? And probably if I'm selling something and probably it's a typical product, how can I sell strategically? The way you're saying, how can I be able to sell strategically without looking like I am overselling? Ukai kama to MLM. I think everybody dreads the marketing people. They just go straight to the point. No story, no beating around the bush. So probably how do you do strategic videos? And I think one of the things that probably is a challenge to many of us is when you're doing those 50 videos and maybe you have one view, even after 50 videos. So probably how do you progressively? Do you do a bulk so that even when you feel like people are not watching, you don't stop because you've been pre-recording and shooting? So probably you can share with us some hacks that can help us accomplish that together. And Coach Vuyanzi, maybe we are also interested to hear your experience in terms of how do you do it? How have you been doing it? Like from your experience, I actually realized that you're probably in a good space in this. So how have you done it before? And probably even when you go for the TEDx, how did you get those engagements? I know ladies will also want to know here. How do you end up in those big platforms? So please go ahead, Gideon, and then Vuyanzi can come in. And just share about your lives in terms of your visibility. How have you built it? And Gideon, what is the hack that you've been sharing with other people like us in terms of doing their content? What is the strategy?
Okay, I'll start with the one that you asked. I've done a video on only one view. That's okay. Everyone has those sort of videos. We have them, and that's what I'm saying. It's feeding the piece. So if you do the first video, do the second video, do the third video, do the fourth video, something will start changing, because that's when I'm saying there are other things attached to it. You'll go and look at your algorithm and you see what are people watching, where are they turning out of the video, what are they? So there's a science behind it from that. But if you do your first video and then you have one view and then you're like, I'll not do it again, my brother, that's it. You'll never do it again. But if you do 10 consecutive videos, I promise you, there has to be attraction somewhere. Someone will ask you about your product, someone will ask you. That is just algorithm, because the way it's set up, you have, sorry, what's the word? For videos, let me tell you about YouTube. If you have anyone who has over 1,000 subscribers of YouTube, they'll tell you they have done at least 30 or 40 videos to get to 1,000. So that so I can tell you there's something about the numbers. You have to do videos to get to a certain number for the algorithm to kick in. The second question you asked about scripting. This is the thing, one of the things actually we try and actually do a class on. Scripting is a very important class. Scripting is actually more important than shooting. And this is what I mean. Before you go and shoot a video, ask yourself, if I shoot once, and anyone who has shot any content knows it's not the easiest thing. There's a lot of energy that you expand when you're shooting. Ask yourself, if I'm going to talk for an hour, how many points am I going to be talking about? So one of the things that I do personally, I say, I want to talk about 5 things for the next 5 minutes, 5 things, 5 things. So what that happens is that when I'm editing the video, I have 5, 5, 5. So I actually have 4 episodes that I can actually share every week. Did you get that, Paps?
Oh, yeah,
So,
oh, yeah.
For me, that is my scripting. I asked myself, if I'm going to talk for an hour, can I put it in such a way that I can talk in intervals of 10 minutes, which is easier actually to edit?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be talking about 10 points. Even if it is long, you can actually edit it and put the most important parts and fit them in a 5-minute video. Does that make sense? So if I talk about 100 points, I know I have 10, 10, 10, and actually those can be 10 episodes. So instead of asking yourself, how do I shoot that one blockbuster video, ask yourself, how many content parts can I get from that 1 hour? I expand, the energy. That makes sense? The last part about how do people infuse your story with your products. This is what I tell people, and I was trying actually to tell when I was explaining types of videos. Of course, your video, you have to have value in the product you're talking about. Is that okay? So for me, I tend to move out of videos which just like, I cannot just put a tripod and I just hit on telling me these are tripod buy. No, I'll tell you the value of having this tripod is because you can put it here. You can do this. I can also get stories of people who are using that tripod to tell you that story. You see, that sort of content is engaging because you've had it from another person's perspective. I'm telling you the value. So try and talk about the values and infuse it with your persona. That's what makes you different. You're different. You know what I mean? You're a psychologist, but the way you're doing it is different from other people at Imagine, right? So as much as possible, try to attach it with a human feel of what makes you unique. Of course, you need to work on your product, and there are things which are in terms of the value of that you need to work out in terms of your vision, your mission. That's also feed up to that. But yes, I hope I've answered the question that you wanted to ask.
Yeah. Thank you, Gideon. That is very helpful. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions on content, and then Vuyanzi is also here to help us. Just share her story as well. She's a big brand. She's built this brand. I can imagine she started from somewhere one day. So Vuyanzi, what has been your win as well in building your brand?
To just do it. Gideon is telling you, dropping these gems about how to do these videos. And the thing is, sometimes we get caught up in analysis paralysis. Like, oh, but how should I, what if I don't? Just do it. I started off with doing Facebook Lives in 2018. If you watch those videos from then and even now, there's an evolution. And now my videos have gotten more shorter. Like, I won't do them over 3.5 minutes. So I have Meditation Mondays, Thoughtful Thursdays, A Moment with Vuyanzi that comes out on Saturdays. I'm still trying to get that right. But I have the videos set. And now, because people's attention spans are so short, my videos now, over the past 2 weeks, I changed it a lot. 3 minutes and 30 seconds is the longest one, because of how people are scrolling through. So I'm just encouraging everyone, for your business, whatever it is that you're selling, don't wait for perfection. Just do it. Because I mess up all over the place all the time, but I just put it out. I don't even care. And that's one thing about me. People, when Gideon is saying what it is about you, I think that it's important to be human. My viewers have seen me crying. They have seen me without makeup. They have seen me after a panic attack. Like, they see the human side of the coach. So just do it as you are a human. And just really quickly, Coach Paps was asking me a question like, how is it that you might, I just did a TEDx talk this weekend, and asking me how might something like that come about. I'm going to say this, and this may sound oversimplified. Asking. So many times we don't even ask. You know, somebody's sponsoring something, you're sitting back, again, analysis paralysis. You're sitting back, oh, I can't because I don't have this, I don't have that. Basically, I'm an immigrant who came and asked, can I talk on your stage? And someone had pulled out. I wasn't their first choice, but someone had canceled and they called me. I'll take second choice, I'll take third choice, I don't care, because I wound up being there. So the thing is to just ask if there's something that you're desiring, a place, a marketplace, or a particular space that you're seeing, ask. And I have to say, I have a PA who is freaking amazing. So she helps to drive that. So I know, Coach Paps, you talked about this yesterday, know the areas of your strengths and know the areas where you can have someone help you. And she really does help me in that she can also make those calls. I say, once you get me in front of someone, I'll do my thing, but sometimes even getting to that point. So simply ask, target and ask.
Thank you, Vuyanzi. And can you believe Vuyanzi is here because she asked her VA to call me when we were advertising the Woman Arise event? Yeah, and she was like, yeah, can I come and talk to you in your meeting? And then I was like, no, this is a bit structured, but I have something else that is coming up. Yeah, and we can have you. And here you are. I really love that. I mean, the best you can get is a no. Yeah, and sometimes you get a resounding yes that opens other yeses. And I think it's for everything in life. I've also learned that just ask. Yeah, I've asked for opportunities that on also things that I cannot even afford, including my coaching certification. I didn't have the money. And I went and I said, yeah, I'm very amazing. Like, I'm this investment that you'll never regret. Yeah, so let's get this girl pimped up with all the skills she needs. And then, we can figure it out. The worst that can happen is not. I think many of us are amazing. Probably there are people who are amazing here more than me and Vuyanzi. And the only difference is the asking part. So please go and ask tomorrow, ask the other day, ask the day after tomorrow. I think that is very, very profound and very powerful. Yeah, so I don't know whether you guys have anything else. This is Jen. Jen is saying, kudos, Coach Vuyanzi. We have not because we ask not. Exactly. I mean, this is Jesus who said, you do not have because you do not ask. Ask so that your joy may be full. So your frustration is just asking. Between you and the frustration you're feeling right now is asking. Yeah, go and get a no, get another no. There's actually a guy, I don't know whether you guys have watched him anywhere, who was desensitizing himself from rejection. And so he went and asked for things that normally nobody will give them. Like, he'll go to the counter, of course, he was a Mzungu, he'll go and ask, can I get a burger refill? Pardon, what did you ask for? A burger refill? They usually go and ask for salsa, burger salsa, like you'll ask for another burger. And then of course he also went and he'll just be like, yeah, I'm begging for money. Can you give me $100? When you're begging, how do you ask for a specific amount? And he said that he did that, and he was amazed that sometimes you would get things he thought he would not get by just asking. We need to desensitize ourselves from rejection. The fear of rejection, which can really, really paralyze you. Just hearing that no, and it really crushes you. And I know even Vuyanzi, I know Gideon, and even myself, we've gone through so many no's. Even in sometimes getting a feedback outrightly that you're not good enough, that is why we're not giving this to you. And then you come again and again and again. Sometimes you look at the people who go to the Shark Tank. There was also the KCB, was it Lions Den? Yeah, and they are really pitching their ideas there. And as you're watching them, you're thinking, this person is really amazing. They should get this bid. And then they're still turned down. So please go and ask. Go and ask. And thank you so much. That is so profound, Vuyanzi. Yeah, I don't know whether we have anything else, any other question, any other concern. Yeah, please ask so that we can get the most value out of this night. This is our last evening together. And like I said, we want your email addresses so that we can keep in touch. Yeah, I'll be filling you in on an event that is coming up next weekend. It's actually next Friday. That will be 28th. Yeah, we have an event that will be coming up in the evening. I'm going to throw a flyer your way, which is about deep wealth. For you to just learn to explore your wealth and to see yourself as a rich person holistically, including content that you are rich in content. As much as you've been consuming, and sometimes you don't feel like you have anything to give, for you to start seeing the value that you have within yourself. And of course, we also have this amazing, the Purpose retreat that we shall be having, and we shall be running it with Vuyanzi on July. Yeah, we want you to plug into that. And then Gideon is also putting together something for people who want to do content creation. Please plug in. That will be happening in 2 weeks. Yeah, we just want to start doing this thing, and that day I'm sure Gideon shall have a practical thing that will be going in terms of doing it practically, so that I can, because Gideon, like he told me that this is very tricky. You can't tell me to come and talk about content creation. It's practical. They need to do it to learn it. So probably we will need to come and do it. Vuyanzi, I know you'll be there. Yeah, we will ask for that as well. Come and just do our content together and learn from the best. We can always learn from someone else. I love learning. I think I'm a permanent learner. Big on it. Let me plug in my laptop. It's almost going off. Yeah, there we go. I don't want to go off like yesterday. So I think we can probably just throw our fireworks and appreciate the amazing guests who've been just spicing up our time together since we started on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And next month, we are coming back to learn about branding. And the other month, next month, we actually have another amazing coach. I know Vuyanzi will still be here. Another amazing coach called James Karondo. You can go and check him out. He's actually the kick-ass coach who got me out of my comfort zone. And I really respect him. And I I'm really glad that he offered to come here and just encourage us, to just get us out of there and go and build your brand. Yeah, like today, Woman Arise will not be alive. Right now, Woman Arise is partnering with WIB to put together this event. And Woman Arise will not have even taken off the ground if I didn't have someone that really threw me out. Yeah, so please make sure you are plugged in. Send us your email address so that we can also keep you in the loop of what will be coming up, what will be happening. And of course, other amazing events happening in between. Coach Vuyanzi will also be throwing out her events. Connect with us online. That is the other place you get information faster. Yeah, and let's just keep on connecting and keep on growing together. Otherwise, that's it from our end. Yeah, WIB appreciates you. Yeah, this is courtesy of WIB Kiambu platform, WIB Kiambu County, and of course, WIB Nairobi will also be putting together amazing events. I think WIB Nairobi puts more of international events together. Let's plug in on all these platforms and just learn from each other. And thank you so much, Vuyanzi. Thank you for being here for 2 days. And Gideon as well. We really appreciate you guys. I know your time is precious. And we really, really appreciate you. And of course, even Rose, Makeup by Rose in absentia, we really appreciate her. She's a phenomenal brand, that is just out there. And we shall keep on bringing amazing guests to just come and inspire us, encourage us, and of course, push us out of our comfort zone. Sawa. Yeah, thank you, Nyawera. Thank you so much for this event. I enjoyed. My email is that. Thank you so much. And please, before you leave, just leave us a comment here in terms of what have you appreciated and what would you want us to do differently next time. Like I told you, we rely on your feedback. Just keep on knowing how to do things better. Yeah, so what did you like the most? What did you enjoy in those 3 days for the ones who came throughout? Yeah, and what would you want us to do differently next time? You can also share that on another space, probably by chatting us on the side. And my number is also here. Let me just throw it here. Just chat me up on WhatsApp. My number is so simple. Sometimes it looks like those ones for gambling. Yeah, 0720-433-833. Yeah, so easy. Like you just cram it. Yeah, throw me out a chat as well. You can chat me on WhatsApp and I'm happy to respond to you. Just let us know whether this is helpful and what you want us to plan for next time. What are the needs you have that you want us to speak into? What are the skills you want to build in your life to succeed in your business? Because like I said, we are here to give you value, to just bless you from the abundance of what God has given us over time. Yeah, thank you so much. Sawa Sawa, I think we will log off at that. Yeah, enjoy your evening, and God bless you so much. Thank you for making time for this. Let me just appreciate you by your names as always. I really love personalizing people. One of my strengths, we did something called Strength Finder, and one of mine is individualization. Like I just love seeing people as an individual as much as you are a group. Yeah, and I really want to appreciate you individually for coming. Thank you, Gideon. I've appreciated you for the 50th time, and Coach Vuyanzi for their 100th time, and Shiko for just mobilizing this event. We really, really celebrate you. Shiko works for you, but she's an amazing lady. We really appreciate you, Shiko. And Ria, I appreciate you, and Sarah Karinge, and Alice, and Cynthia Mutinda, and Harriet Galaxy, and Joyce Maina, and Karen Barongo, and Lillian Hurst, and McKenna Michi, and Nyawera Sarah. We really appreciate you, ladies. Thank you for making time for this. Yeah, we were so privileged to have you here. And Rose Omango. Yeah, Rose, please say hi. Rose is the chairperson of Baringo County. Yeah, so you can say hi, Rose. She was our speaker last month, and we're really honored to have her coming again and again. And Alice, we also appreciate you. I think I've read basically everyone. So Rose, maybe you can say hi, and then you just pray us out of here if you don't mind. Rose, are you still here?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Paps, for organizing this. I've been coming in late. I had crashing meetings. I really wanted to be here. I look forward to the next meeting. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Rose. So you can pray for us, and then we'll just sign off and go enjoy our dinner.
Okay, let's believe and pray. Our kind and everlasting Father in heaven, we come before you this time with a lot of thanksgiving. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to have a meeting for 3 days. Thank you, Lord, for those who have participated. Whatever we've learned, Lord, we pray that it may have a positive impact in our lives. And also for the facilitators, I pray that you may continue to give them more energy to serve more people, dear Lord. May you expand their territories even as we move forward. For this is our humble cry in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Sawa sawa. Good night, ladies, and good night, gentlemen. I don't know if the Gideon is the only gentleman here tonight. Sawa, good night. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Good night, Jen.
You too.
Good night. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Nyawera, Sarah. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Rose. Bye, Ria.
Thank you for all.
Yeah. Thank you, Shiko. Thank you for putting this together. Your help was appreciated. Thank you, Harriet, and Karen as well. Santeni sana, sana, sana. Gideon, thank you so much. I think we will definitely call on you to plan something. And then, Shiko, you are still here? Oh, Shiko has left.
She's just left. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Gideon has his hand on up and his microphone off. Oh, he's gone.
No, I think Gideon had already left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
That was amazing.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
I feel bad that I missed yesterday, but I'll go and watch the video. Coach Vuyanzi is quite amazing, and Gideon as well.
I know.
They have such a wealth of information.
Mm.
They are amazing. We
Yeah.
are still live on YouTube.
Yes, we are. Good night, guys. This is the back office. Yeah, this is Jen here and me chatting about the amazing event we had.
Oh, that was amazing.